Hello. We are getting ready for the series finale of Succession. Oh my God. So, I have been troubleshooting, trying to make sure I'm ready for technically today. So, as you should know, Succession is on HBO Max, which is now Max. So, make sure you figure out how to log into it on your televisions and your phones and your computers. And I get my HBO Now Max via Hulu. And Hulu wasn't like, I don't know, my credit card wasn't working. So I couldn't even make this part 2 video. So part 1, I was going over what is this? The first how many minutes of episode 9? Okay, almost the first 20 minutes of episode 9, kind of giving my psychoanalysis. If you're new to my channel, I'm Newbie Reviews. I got started with, I can't find my Kim Wexler bobblehead, but I got started making Better Call Saul content and Breaking Bad content, because Breaking Bad is my favorite show ever, okay? I'm sorry. Yes, Breaking Bad is better than Better Call Saul. But anyway, let's not start a war right now. I started watching Succession because I just need a premiere, a really high quality show in my life at all times. And Succession is just one of those shows that I just never understand. I never understand what is going on until the end of each episode. And this really was the first episode where I felt like I was following what's going on, and I wanted to talk about some nuances. So, we already talked about the nuance of Roman's reaction and Kendall's reaction and Shiv's reaction, and we talked about all these little nuances. And I want to keep going because this is a pivotal moment. I don't know if anyone can predict what's going to happen in the last episode. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to predict it because I don't know. We'll see. Let's talk about predictions as we finish kind of sifting through this episode 9 from the perspective of a relatively new Succession fan who doesn't really understand fully what's going on. But the blocking and the cinematography and the acting and the writing is so good that you don't even have to know what's going on to know what's going on. You know what I mean? Okay, so.
Nice timing, Jess. Lovely day to tell me.
So Jess just said I'm quitting. Oh, so I don't know if I said this in my last video, but his reaction, I'm very familiar with his reaction. His reaction to just saying that she quit, I'm very familiar with it. I used to work with men who honestly are just like these guys. I used to work with men who are just like these people. And what Kendall is feeling is he's feeling like, you're really doubting my ability. You're doubting what I'm going to do. It's like a regular normal person would just be like, okay, I hope you further your career elsewhere. But he feels like it's an attack on him. It's an insult to him because you wouldn't leave if you knew what my vision was. You wouldn't leave me if you knew where I truly believe we're going. So F you. You're basically saying I'm not going to achieve my goals. That's what you're saying to me. Look, listen. I know you're just like, as a regular person, you're like, it's not that deep. But for Kendall, it is. And those feelings motivate guys like him. I'm telling you, I worked with these dudes. It highly motivates them. So let's go to the next scene.
Ken. Gojo. Madsen has slipped down. They got deep.
Okay, so Hugo is telling him about the crop numbers in India. For some reason, I thought everybody knew that the Indian numbers were crop. I don't know. Please correct me, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, this part.
But we said we could consider if we wanted to.
Connor is wanting to give a talk, and it makes me sad that they're trying to police. Like, you're really gonna tell your brother that he can't speak at his dad's funeral, and then later on, when we actually get to the funeral, and like I'm like, Kendall's talking, Shiv's talking, y'all really not gonna let Connor talk now that it's a free for all? Like, for real, like, I really dislike the way it's handled. Like, I get if his thing is, like, long and wordy and awkward, but, like, what? You know, I just really, truly dislike the way he's treated in this family.
Okay, well, just, because I think it's great that Mankins are racist and you won't let a dirty foreigner buy the company, but I still think we need to get the board and brass rallying around the...
Okay, I don't know what's going on here. We see the latest wife has entered, and what else is going on here? Oh, who's this? Oh, Greg is making his way. So Tom is still working. Greg is making his way to the funeral.
Eulogy is good, right? You did good.
Y'all, I cannot play like a full scene because I'm going to get copyright strike. So we're just clicking through.
There he is. Frank, I just want to say, we've had our battle.
Okay, so I'm not fully aware of what goes on between Roman and Frank. Like, I don't know what their beef is. If somebody knows, please tell me.
And such, but this really puts it in perspective, don't it?
Sure. Life is short. We should all love one another.
What are they going to talk about here?
Which I really hope he hasn't.
Oh goodness. I don't want to get copyright strike. What were they talking about here?
Oh. Okay. Well, lovely. Cherry on the cake. Well.
I don't know. I don't remember what they're talking about. Sorry, y'all. So.
Bad day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bad day.
Thanks.
So.
This whole. So Greg is about to ask. Right before the funeral starts, Greg is about to ask if he can get in with Mencken, who's now the president-elect, at least for now. Greg, when this show started, I remember when this show started and he was just fumbling around like, oh, they told me to go to the house and get some kind of paper and I don't know what I'm doing. He was just fumbling around, and Tom, I don't know, working with Tom, I think Greg has, I don't know, when you can pull out someone's potential. So Greg has always had this in him, but being around Tom, who is somebody who actively climbs the ladder, being around Tom has shown Greg and taught Greg the importance of climbing up the ladder and how, like, literally any small attempt to make your way can benefit you. So the thing about Greg is he's kind of new to it, so he doesn't have as much tact. He's not as flawless. So he will ask for an introduction to the president-elect right before your father's funeral.
Mankins right there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're gonna go like every 10 seconds. So I don't know what to call these people. I call these people like the birds. You know, we have Jerry, we have Frank, we have the finance guy, and I don't know who that lady is. I call them the birds, and they're just always there. They're just always there. They're always looking, and they're like, collectively, they're like the fifth. I was about to say the fourth sibling. Not me completely forgetting about Connor, just like everyone else, but they form like the fifth sibling of this whole Roy empire.
How much of you is glad?
Well, I mean,
It's interesting. How much of you is glad that you don't have to deal with that jerk anymore? Who knows? You know, the successor might be an even bigger jerk. I don't know. I think it's gonna end with Kendall, y'all. What I don't know. I think it's gonna end with Kendall on top. I think it's gonna become like a full. This show is gonna end as a full circle thing. Let's talk about it more as we continue. Did the mom come in yet? Okay, here's the mom. Finally. Let me move my face. Y'all don't even see me.
Hi. Hi, darling. Hello.
Okay. Look at this part. Did you see that little double take the mom made? Did you see that little double take? You cannot hide from a mother. I'm sorry. You cannot hide from your mother. Mother knows best. You can't hide. You cannot hide.
Oh.
That's all that needs to be said. That's all that needs to be said. You can't hide, baby. You can try to resist, but I hide from my kids. But you know. So mom can tell right away that Shiv is pregnant. So Shiv is pregnant. Okay, let's see what else is going on. So, you know, again, I don't know what's going on. I hear that the mom is really mean. I heard that Logan took full custody of these kids, of her kids, basically as a to stick it to her. And this is why I think Kendall's going to take it, because Kendall wants to do the same thing to his baby mama. He wants to take full custody of kids that he doesn't pay attention to. Basically to stick it to her, basically to feel like he has full control. And you know what was funny? I was looking up like on YouTube these women who are becoming single mothers by choice. I'm not, but I like, you know, I want to hear their stories. And I was just thinking about how they would say how, you know, they'll have boyfriends and they're just not able to get with responsible men, reliable men. And it to them, it just seems like the best option if they feel like they need to start building their family, you know, and maybe later on down the line, they'll date a guy who's okay with kids and build a family, but they want to get started on their own. And I was thinking, well, why don't you just have one of these dusty boyfriends knock you up? And then I realized, no, you can't do that, because even though the dusty boyfriend will not be a part of the child's life, will not, like, even though he's not going to do anything, he will still have rights to his child. And you'll have to constantly be fighting in court. And it's just better to get a sperm donor who's already waived their rights and said, I don't want to know this child. Anyway, I digress. That's like a way tangent. But it's just interesting to me that, because I was thinking, oh, well, if this is how my woman mind logic was going. And I only say woman because I don't know what it feels like to be a guy. But I'm like, well, if you don't want to be in the kid's life, why not, you know, if she pays you a little bit, or I don't know, like why not just waive your parental rights? You're not going to be a parent anyway. That was just going through my head, and I'm like, no, I don't think that's how a man's mind would work. I think he would want to feel like he has the option. Like he and that's what I'm seeing in Logan. And that's what I'm seeing in Kendall. Like these kids, I don't know if it's a Nick Cannon thing. Like they like the idea that biologically they're leaving a legacy, but they also like this idea of having control. Have the responsibility, meh, they'll figure it out as long as they're alive and breathing. What else do I gotta do? They just want that control.
Well, we can get.
Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Oh, so this is who their mom is dating, and he's a brown noser. Okay. Very funny. Where are you going, Shiv?
Yeah. Well, then.
Jenny comes this week.
Okay, that's Mattson, right? And Mattson's girlfriend. Okay, so I think this is where Shiv is telling him. I mean, I think she did already say female CEO, but they're kind of re-solidifying their plan, yeah?
I did have one idea, if it does come through, Mankin.
Okay, so she tells him now about the female CEO. Excuse me, the U.S. CEO, and she proposes herself. So, it's very interesting. Business deals are happening at a freaking funeral, at your father's funeral. Business deals are being made. That's how much of a different world these people are in. And it's very interesting. I mean, another discussion of, feminism or gender equity in the workplace here. When you're doing business deals, they don't care about that, right? Like gender equity is for employees, okay? Okay, I'm just telling you, like I said, I used to do business and with people who were literally, they behave this way. Their gender equity is not a thing. When it comes to business, as an employee, you fight for your rights and stuff, but in business, So constantly, unfortunately for Shiv, she has been our example, our little looky-loo into, what you have to deal with when you're of the female gender. And now she's also our looky-loo in what you have to deal with when you're the female gender and now you're actually pregnant. I fear that she won't be chosen. I fear. US CEO, why would they choose her? For today, she's in loops with Mattson, but anything could happen that Mattson could form an alliance with Kendall or Roman or who knows. Or maybe somebody else that maybe Mencken has somebody he likes better. There is nothing that's really solidifies. It will be Shiv. And Shiv being pregnant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have a fantastic pregnancy so you're able to work through it. Like, she's a billionaire, right? So she can hire a nanny and a milk mommy to, to take care of the kid. Like, all of that stuff doesn't matter. They will still see you as handicapped. So I do want to see how that plays out in the next episode. I feel sorry for Shiv. Ever since the father died, I felt very bad for Shiv because her like really screwed her brother. It's like, you know, in episode 8 where, you know, she lied to Kendall. I didn't even feel bad. I didn't even feel bad because, like, screw you. You already screwed her over. When y'all told her, we can't have 3 CEOs, it looks weird, let's just have 2. Y'all literally screwed your sister over, bent her over, and did it raw. And I do not feel bad. She's doing what she has to do to survive. Survive in this business. She's doing what she has to do. And this is like her last straw. This is her last Hail Mary. And I don't know if it's going to work because it's not solid. Okay. Oh, who's this? Oh, I'm like, who's this? Oh, it's the deceased. Oh, I love this scene, y'all. This scene right here.
Why don't you come and sit with us?
I love this scene, y'all. It like low-key makes me want to cry.
Yeah.
I love this scene so much.
With me.
So if you don't know what's going on, the kid's mom is inviting, what's her name? Let's call her Kay because I forgot her
Are
name.
you all right?
Yeah. Come on.
I forgot her name. I forgot the mistress's name.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi.
Carrie.
Come and meet Marsha.
Marsha.
She's
So, essentially, his first wife, the kid's mom's, the first wife, is introducing to Marsha, the current wife, the first mistress,
Oh, Marsha.
and making Marsha's mistress sit with them. And basically, it just feels really good because when Logan first passed, Carrie tried to come in and Marsha was basically treating her like a dog, like a rat that came in from the street. And, you know, the kid's mom, the first wife, she's basically saying, you are not better than any other female who loved Logan. You're not. You're not better. Just because you're the current one and you have, you know, spousal rights, we also loved him. And he left us all at one point, and this is all hurting all of us. And we've all been done dirty by Logan. All of us. So, like, you know, chimmy-roo. I feel like this screen is too dark. Do y'all? Is this too dark? Let me see filters. Properties. I do not know how to, I don't know how to brighten this screen for you. Oh, sorry. But anyway, let's continue.
At least he won't grind his teeth tonight.
That's so sweet. Okay, so Logan has a type, kind of. Yeah, he has a type. Okay, so let's skip through. So Greg is excited.
It is boxed and ready to be delivered.
Greg. There are fires in Baltimore. Darwin might
Darwin might resign? Hold on. See, okay, this is the thing about this show. You have to pay so attention so you understand what's going on in the next episode. This is why I start episodes and I don't understand what's happening, because I don't like, you just start talking and I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm just catching this. He said Darwin might resign. Yo, this is the last episode gonna be a bust down. Why is Darwin resigning? That means something is different. That means Mencken is not gonna win, right? Oh. Anyway, Greg is excited that he is gonna take Tom's place in carrying the casket. Okay. Oh. Oh boy. Okay, is it starting? Were they Catholic? Looks Catholic. Wait, what are they playing? Okay. Wait, what is that actually? Cause y'all, I'm getting married in the Catholic Church. That sounds good. They don't allow you to play when you get married in the Catholic Church. You are not allowed to walk down the aisle to dun 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 dun. But you can do it to something else. So let's see. What's that called? Le inquietudine. Oh, Vivaldi. I don't know. Is this bad? Is this a funeral song that I'm about to play at my wedding? Okay. Anyway, let's move on, because we get into the juicy part. We get into the juicy part. Okay, so I can already tell by the look in his face. Logan's brother.
Greg. Hey, Greg. What are you doing, Grandpa? What? Don't do it.
So, Greg's grandpa, Logan's dad, they don't want him to go up. And I felt awkward because I'm like, y'all didn't want a scene, but y'all trying to stop him is making a scene. And Greg's grandpa was spitting facts. Like he was spitting facts. You know, y'all remember what he said? At some point, Logan stopped trying to be a decent person. And I bet it's refreshing to everyone in there, like, finally somebody said it. What? Oh my gosh. I clicked the wrong thing. Okay. Yeah, they're like, finally somebody said it. Now, let's get to Roman. Oh, okay. So, let's see if I can capture this little moment here. Okay, this little moment.
Yeah, you got this.
Thank you. Got this. Yeah.
You okay, son?
Yeah, I pre-grieved. Not your son.
That made me feel sad. Okay, so let me say. Obviously I work with older men, like for work. And they do, you know, they little kid you. They do. And like in a sweet way, like obviously not all of them. I'm not even saying most of them. But every now and then they will. Like, just depending on the situation. You know, the other day, somebody actually did call me sweetheart. And I was like, I haven't heard that in forever. But yeah, this is a situation where I just imagine they feel like you could be their kid. You know what I mean? I think they have that feeling. Older women have that too. I just think, well, yeah, like I hear more, you know, you ever have an older woman coworker, you'll hear them call you baby more. Like they do it a little bit more, but just that moment where he did have, you know, feelings for Roman in his heart, and he let out, "Are you okay, son?" He let out a son. And Roman, I don't know what's wrong. I'm sorry, Roman. I don't know what this beef is with Frank. I don't know what the beef is. But he was not letting Frank little kid him. He was not letting Frank do that. Roman, you were so heady. You were so, I don't know the word. My mom always said heady. I don't even know what heady mean. You are so arrogant that this one is like a karma for you. You choked. He choked. This is what finally got him to grieve. The reality. We're at the funeral. It's reality. Now, I felt like they let him suffer for too long. Look, if it was me, baby, I would have gone up there. If it was me, look, I would have walked up there, pat him on the shoulder. Husband is here. Hey, do you wanna take a break? You wanna rest? I can take it from here. I wouldn't, because that's just so awkward. We already had one awkward moment with Grandpa, and then we're having another awkward moment, and like my cringe levels could not accept it, but they let him try to figure it out, and he fumbled.
My father, Logan,
I was like, bruh, this is not the same boy in the high rise talking about this is not the same boy a few minutes ago talking about he gonna win the funeral like it's a competition game. He's finally met with his feelings. Yeah. Now this is sweet. Because it's literally all the siblings. Like, even Connor came. I just saw it. This was so sweet. All the siblings.
I can't do that. I can't do the thing. I actually can't do that. I can't. I tried to sing it.
I don't want to get copyrighted, but, you know, we got to hear it.
It's okay. Just take a breath.
Hey. It's okay. Just take it.
Is he in there?
Yeah.
Get him out.
I know. Bruh, everyone's like, Roman's been little broed again. Roman is out of there. Roman is out of the running again. But dang, that was good. I'm like, bruh, this actor, like, that was good, man. Is he in there? Can we get him out? Oh, damn. God, like, bro, like, when you're in that situation, I remember when I was younger and I was like, oh my God, I'm dreading the day that I have to experience this. I'm dreading the day. I finally did have a day, and I am dreading the next day that I have to experience this. Truly, truly dreading it. But it's just a part of life, and it's going to happen to all of us, which is a very, very concept. But yeah, like I'm assuming most of if you're a fan of Succession, I'm assuming you're like grown. Um, so you probably have experienced it, like, but who knows? There's a few people who you haven't had it yet. Let me tell you, that's what it feels like. Like that what he conveyed here, that is what it feels like. Yeah, actually let me say, my bae hasn't experienced it yet. He hasn't. He hasn't experienced that yet. Oh, damn. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about when he goes through it, he's going to be fucked up. He's going to be messed up, bro. Oh my gosh. I don't know. He's not going to be able to work maybe for a good month. I don't know. He's not going to when my bae goes through it, when it's his turn, he is not going to be okay. Ugh. But yeah, that's exactly how it feels. Like when they're in the coffin, it's like, oh my God, you're in there. And the worst part, they don't show it in this episode. I don't know if they go to it, but like around here, you do go to the burial and you watch it descend into the ground. It's just like, oh my God. Even if you could get out, you can't get out. Yeah. So we have to take a moment to appreciate that. All right. Ooh. Let's go, Shiv. So here I'm like, y'all not gonna let Connor go?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, Steven, sorry.
You guys have a pen?
Oh, okay. Kendall's gonna go. So, Kendall shows, Kendall always has these moments where he shows leadership. There's something important he says in the speech. He's like, yeah, it's true what my grand uncle said about my dad is true. But hold on, there's something he says at the end that's very important. And we're going to see it play out in the last episode. Okay. Hopefully oh my gosh, stop moving around. I'm trying to, OBS, come on. I'm trying to get to that part. Okay, hold on.
And I say amen to that.
I'm trying to get it.
He knew it, and he liked it.
Let's see if I can get it. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's see.
Out to the lowest house where his news played, where he couldn't walk and wasn't comfortable. He was comfortable.
Okay, I might not be able to get it. So I'm just going to have to tell you. Right here. Right here.
Tend and prune.
Okay. Please don't copyright strike me.
The memory of him, to denigrate that force, that magnificent, awful force of him, but my God, I hope it's in me.
Bam. What force is he talking about? The force the grandpa was saying. Grandpa was saying, Logan is this and that. And Kendall's saying, yeah, Logan was this and that. And it's because he has this force within him. And yeah, it's an awful force. And when Kendall uses the word awful, This how you know these people went to private school. This how you know these people are college educated. These people went to what university they go? They went to Brown. Where you went? Where you went to Yale? Where your alma mater at? These people private school bred and Ivy League. I'm mothers. Talking about the double entendre of the word awful. Let me break it down for you. The word awful means awful, like terrible. Terrible's another one too. Terrible and awful. Okay. So that's a bad thing. It's like really bad. But awful used to mean the same thing as awesome. Now we say awesome. What is the similarities of these words? I'm trying to teach like I'm an English teacher. I don't know. How am I doing? What is the similarities in these words? They both have the word awe, okay? So it is something that strikes awe into you. Terrible is the same way. Terrible now is negative, but it used to be like awful and awesome. Something that strikes awe into you. So when something is awful, it is full of awe. It's even more than awesome because there's only some awe. I sound like one of those people who are like, I'm not a rapper, but the little piggy went to market. Trying to get it, like I'm trying to be like Kendrick Lamar here. I'm sorry, but you get what I'm saying? He's using awful in both senses of the word. In the sense of the word that simply means it strikes you with awe, good and bad. Kendall is saying that thing that made his father who he was, it was bad, but it's also good. Here was the bad, he talks about it. Here was the good, he talks about it. And the good outweighs the bad. Why does the good outweigh the bad? Because of freaking capitalism. And that's just what the bejesus I will never get it. I will never get it. I don't know. Is it something like, I don't know. Somebody needs to explain it to me. I could never allow capitalism to come before my relationship with my true loved ones. Really? Life is short. Life is short. We're at a funeral, and the conclusion you come to is not to love one another, like Frank said. Your conclusion is to be even more of a capitalist? Yo, that just let me know this life ain't for me. And let me say, like I said, I used to hang around guys like this, and they are like this. Capitalism comes before human relationship. Like, when you die, you don't take the money with you. When you die, you don't take that pride with you. But when you're taking your last breath, you are yearning for those relationships. That's what's in your heart and your mind. And you're going to sacrifice it. In that moment, you can't get it back. You can't turn back the clock, and you don't got no future. There's no future. Like right now in this moment, I can say, you know what, let me cultivate a better relationship with so-and-so. But in that moment, in the last moment, there is no future. And you're okay with the emptiness that Logan probably felt when he fell to the ground in the plane. You okay with that for the sake of capitalism? I can't. I don't get it. That's not in me. But it is in Kendall. And furthermore, not only is it in Kendall, Kendall now understands what it is, acknowledges what it is, and he embraces what it is. He hopes for it. He wishes for it. He wants to fuel it. So this is what I'm saying, that I think Kendall is going to take it all. Because Kendall is going to come full circle moment. Kendall is going to be like his dad. Kendall is going to become Logan 2.0. And this is very fitting. It's very fitting, is it not? In the beginning of this whole dang show, Kendall was doing the CEO thing and he was not doing it well. Okay? He was trying to make his daddy proud. He wasn't really doing it well. And he was very insecure about it. Everything is to make daddy proud. And now that daddy is gone, right? He can't figure out, is it crossed out or underlined? He doesn't know. And I think what he decided, a few episodes ago, is he didn't make his father proud. That he didn't. So now he forever has this thing, this chip on his shoulder. And now he solidified that that's what he's going to be. He does have it in him. We have seen moments of Kendall having that instinct as one of these low-key psychopathic business associates I used to have would say. He would call it a killer instinct. They would say about me when I was doing business, they would say I had killer instinct. But it wasn't, I guess, like Kendall. It's not like just on 24/7. It's not on. You have to be I really feel like you have to let go of a little humanity. A little bit. At least. For me, I just wanted to live life. You know what I mean? And that's when I realized, like, you can't be somebody who, like, okay, so a few weeks, I'll like give a damn about this business, and then the next week I wanna enjoy life. You can't do that. You have to be consumed, obsessed about this. You have to put it above relationship. It has to just be in you like that. And a lot of people who have it in them like that, they come out to be jerks. There's a few who know, like, they have enough emotional intelligence that they know how to handle it all. They know how to have relationships and still have that killer instinct. But Kendall's his father's son. And Kendall is trying to mimic his father. So not only does he just naturally have it, he's also putting effort to mimic his dad. I think Kendall's going to take it. Oh, I'm getting tired. So, let's see what's left. Let's look at Shiv's speech real quick. Shiv, what you say again?
Daughter. I can't not. He was hard on women. He couldn't fit a whole woman in his head.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, as we see with his many women, he has 4 women mourning him. 4, like, lovers mourning him, not to talk about his daughter, where he put his daughter in business, and any other female colleague. I forgot what she said.
All here, and we're doing okay.
Yeah, we're doing okay. We're here. We're alive. So, it's okay enough, right? I provide my own background music so we don't get copyright strikes. Okay. Oh, okay. I forgot about this part. Yeah. So this is the tomb that he bought. So this is a little moment here where the other siblings had no idea about this, but Connor knew.
I think he didn't want to go in the ground. And I think he didn't want to think about it too much. So I think he just went in for it at auction and boom.
Yeah, I don't want to go underground either. That's just such a scary thing. It's such a scary thought to go in the ground. Ugh. So I really like this little moment here
I wouldn't say no to a top bunk.
where they all turn around at the same time and they realize there's room for us. You know what I mean? You're met with your own mortality. And that they thought about you. Like one of my cousins, we have a room in my home country. We literally have a room that is a burial site. And there is a person there. And then there's a spot for one more person. I'm like, you're kind of masochistic for doing that. So like every day you're passing by your spot. I don't know, like I can't do you're passing by your spot every day, but then even like when I go to my grandparents' place, they have like a little burial site like in the yard, and it's like your spot is right there, you know. Every day you have to see your spot. Oh my god, like it freaks me out. Like, geez. So in the home country, every time we go to that house, I'm like, you just pass by that room, and it just makes you think, makes you appreciate life every day.
Man, that's too much. It's too much.
Damn, he can't take it. The finality of it, how final it is, he can't take it. Bro, I'm telling you, it's yo, if this was in my home country, people would be screaming. People would be screaming. People would be rolling on the floor, screaming. Especially a guy like this, the whole town will be screaming, crying, screaming.
Was a salty dog. He was. But he was a good egg.
What you saw was what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little reassurance. I don't know why I call them the birds. I don't know why I call... I don't know. They're just the birds. They're always there. And the wife says, Logan disappointed us. He broke our hearts. He broke our hearts. So Logan... Oh, excuse me. I'm already mistaking him for Logan. Kendall.
Etc. Price soaring post-election, ATN pumped, undervalues Waystar, premiums too low.
Got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Wait, is this where he tells him...
You know, Hugo, life isn't nice. It's contingent. People who say they love...
Is this, So, yeah, Kendall is talking about, you know, people say they love you, then they screw you. He's talking about his sister. He's talking about his baby mama. Talking about even his dad, Logan. You know, like, who else is he talking about? You know, like, Mencken. Well, Mencken doesn't love him, but, you know, Mencken dismissed him. We missed it at some point, but Mencken basically... It was sounding like Mencken's not going to come through. After all, UTN's done for him. I think Logan just really decided at this point, Kendall just really decided at this point that he gave up trying. Bro. Remember? The grandpa said at some point Logan gave up trying. I don't know when it was. This is when Logan gives up trying. This is when Kendall gives up trying. Bruh. I'm so excited for later tonight.
Will be my dog. But the scraps from the table will be millions. Millions. Happy? Woof, woof.
And this is how the dudes that I used to work with, they spoke like that too. They're like, will you be my right hand man if you stick with me? This is gonna happen. Da, 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 da. Like all this dream building, all this planning, but having somebody who is loyal, that is something that is hard to find. And when you find it, keep them. When you find them, keep them, because it's very hard. Oh, I think everything else is kind of straightforward, y'all. Everything else is kind of straightforward. Everyone's trying to get a hold of Minkin and do their little deals. See if there's anything else. Are we gonna see Tom? Yeah, we're gonna see Tom at some point. Yeah, here's Tom.
Then I wasn't sure if it was okay, but it turns out that by all accounts it is.
So when you tell me?
So, because it seems so sad, Tom. And
I don't know what's going on here. Sorry. I don't remember. I'm getting tired.
Out for a test drive.
oh, fuck you.
Hello.
I really hope Tom and Shiv stay together. And I think they will. I mean, I think they actually do care about each other. And she's pregnant. I mean, why not? You know? Like, why not? What else is happening? Oh my goodness. I cannot play too much stuff.
Fuck me.
Wow.
Your mom.
You learned to disassociate fairly early.
Hey, I want to say sorry for not being here. Because I
Can't play too much. Look, okay. Like, the way Tom is with Shiv is so sweet to me. Okay, it's really sweet to me. I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for that soft, sweet gentleness. I'm a sucker for that. Okay? I'm a sucker for that. We're in public, but you pull me aside and create this really small, intimate moment with me. I am a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for that, okay? Like, every time Tom gets like this with Shiv, my heart's just like, ugh.
and I just felt I couldn't leave. You know?
Mm-hmm. It's okay. Fine.
I think he's going to bed, right? He's really tired. Ugh. I'm really tired too, but let's try to remember what's going on here.
It's a yes.
Yes?
Yes?
From, yeah?
So does that mean Mencken said it's a yes? You know? I think that means Mencken said it's a yes for the United States CEO.
Okay.
Yeah? Yeah. I think that's what it is. So the next episode is just going to be so interesting. Here's what I think we'll see. She's glowing. I think we'll see Shiv get replaced for US CEO. Then there'll be a battle between Kendall and Matson. What are you telling your brother?
And I might need your help.
I don't really feel so great.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
That's because you fucked it.
Jeez.
And he did. And I don't know if we'll see that part where basically we find out that him crying about his father at the funeral is now a meme. It just reminds you of, it's not even just how heartless this business is, but that's literally the internet too. Like, y'all remember, like, people they will make fun of you for crying, like anything. I'm remembering like with Meg Thee Stallion, she cried in an interview because some like dude shot her foot, memed it. I don't know what Michael Jordan was crying about. Y'all know the meme of Michael Jordan crying? I don't know what he's crying about. I just know he's crying and it's a meme. Tia and Tamara, I don't know which is which, but one of them, she was talking about the one who married a palm-colored husband. She was talking about people were saying that they used to have to pay $300 for me, and I just let him have it for free. Even I'm laughing. Okay, she was crying about that, rightfully so. I am very sensitive about microaggressions and like anything like that. I think it's so disrespectful, and like on the internet there's just a lot of people who want to defend it. They take pleasure in seeing that kind of trigger in people of marginalized groups. They just take pleasure to it. Even me using the phrase marginalized groups, right? Because I'm basically talking about groups of people who are historically crapped on. Even me saying that word, it makes them I want to call her the N-word so bad, okay? Like, it's disgusting here on the internet, okay? I'm sensitive to that, and even I'm laughing. And she's crying about it. And even her sister sitting next to her was laughing. It's just so disrespectful. It's just, I guess it's a laughter of, I can't believe somebody said that. But that moment was turned into a meme. That's just what the internet does. And I don't know. I thought that was a funny touch. It reminds you of, this is the time we're in. Like, it's just reminding you of, it's like if you ever like learn therapy methods and stuff. If you're ever having a panic attack or you're really depressed or you're really sad, you need to ground yourself. And one way you can do that is bring yourself back to the present. So, okay, my wall is white. Oh, the temperature is kind of cool in here. This water bottle is cylindrical. It's kind of squishy. It's blue. Like, noticing all these things, it brings you back to the present. It takes you out of your head and brings you into the present, right? And this has been very emotional episode. and a lot of things going on. And when Roman became a meme, it was just very much like brings you back to the present. Let's continue. I'm very wordy.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, it's okay, man.
What the fuck?
It's okay. Look, it happens. It happens. You thought you were dad, shot your dad.
No, I didn't, because, you know, if he tries to, you know, welch on a deal or whatever.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
I should have stopped it, so I blame myself, but it's on.
Yeah. So, the Roy Boys versus Shiv.
Roy Boys versus Shiv the Shiv.
Is Roman over it?
It's okay. I mean, I've got it. I have a plan, but I'm gonna need you to just, help me here. We can do this, okay?
I think Roman's just over it. Roman's just over it.
Who recorded? I think it was Ray. Listen to this. He sounds like a sow that's about to get the stun gun and knows it.
Bruh. I just can't get over that it's the birds talking about it. Like, I can't get over that. Roman is so over it. So what do I think is going to happen? So I think Connor is going to live happily ever after in Yugoslavia or whatever country that he's going to, Slovenia, with his wife. Roman's going to be just over it. Roman is just going to be a rich party boy. And just whatever. I think he's going to be over it. I think, like, he's like, yeah, I was temporary CEO and I now pass it to Kendall. I think Shiv's going to get shivved. And what's Shiv going to do? She's just going to have to, I don't know, be a family with Tom and, like, you know, start back up on her political career or whatever. And work with the guy who potentially could be the next president. Wait a minute. Because we don't know who's actually the president yet. What if Shiv's guy is the president and now Shiv, she like becomes Secretary of State or something? I don't know. I just have really high hopes for Shiv. I think she deserves it. She 100% deserves to be in that kind of position. I sound like how people spoke about Hillary Clinton. But yeah, like, she deserves it. Now, just because you deserve it doesn't mean you get it. Especially when you're a pregnant woman, unfortunately. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I do know Tom is going to continue climbing the ranks. He's going to be very happy either way it goes. I think Tom, I don't know. I think Tom has secured his spot. I think Tom, even though, right, he's technically married to Shiv, I don't think he'll be on the chopping block. I think he maybe solidified his place, especially if Darwin resigns. Oh, GC. I think Kendall's going to take it all. Now, is this Mencken deal going to go through? That's the question. Is the Mencken deal going to go through? And then what would be the best ending is if all the siblings came together, which I feel like that can't happen if Kendall is now Logan 2.0. That's not going to happen. You see what happened with Logan and his brother? They became estranged. And, you know, like, what if this is a full circle type of show and the siblings become estranged? Oh, y'all, I don't know. I can't predict which way it'll go. I can't predict it. I can't predict it because Mencken is unpredictable. We don't know yet who's actually present. Mattson is still a little unpredictable. I think Mattson can be loyal to Shiv, but if somebody comes along with a deal for him, kicking Shiv to the curb. Yeah, yo, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. I can't wait. I think I'll live stream that night. What time is it gonna come on? Let's see. What time does Succession come on Max? 9 p.m. Oh, you can't see. 9 p.m. Eastern? Ooh, what time is that? Baby, 8 p.m. I have a photo shoot tomorrow. Ooh, I hope I make it home in time. If I make it home in time, I'm definitely live streaming because I'll have my makeup on. You know, I'll be looking good. I'll be looking good. Yo. This is going to be big. It's going to be big. It's going to be big mad drama. Like, oh. You know what? I need to make my plan for the day. So, oh, can I even live stream? Yeah, I can live stream on this channel. Okay, so I'm going to live stream on this channel. I'll set it up so it's ready to go. Do I know how to do that? Yeah, I use StreamYard. Okay, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I can't wait. Please let me know your predictions in the comments. I'm very tired. Let me plan my day, go to bed, and we wake up refreshed for this Succession tea. Oh my God. Until next time, y'all. Bye.